Hey guys, so I'm going to do another decluttering video on my highlighters, and this is all of my highlighters, and it's a lot. So let's see what I'm going to keep and what I'm going to get rid of, not get rid of, but to give to other people. So let's jump right into it. Let's start off with this section right here. I'm going to look through this, and then we're going to move on to like the rest of it, like by order. Okay, so this is the Melt Cosmetics Digital Dust Highlighter. This is in the shade Stargazer. And let me show you how it looks. Now, this one I do use a lot, as you can tell. Like, this is one of my favorites from their collection. So I'm going to keep this, set it to the side. This is the Makeup Forever highlighter. This is their, what is it called, the Pro Light Infusion in the shade I can't really find, I think that's what it's called, Fusion. So this is like their highlighter. They have like a pink one, which I have, and then they have, I can't even open this, and then they have like the gold one. So this is how it looks. So I'm going to keep this one because I really did want to have it, and I do use it from time to time. This is the Melt Cosmetics Digital Dust Highlighter in Gold Ore, and this one I do use as well. I'm going to keep that one. This highlighter is the Becca highlighter in Champagne Pop, and I did use this the other day. I really do like this highlighter. It's just I don't grab for it as often, but I should use it. And I do have another Champagne Pop in another palette that I'm going to show you guys in a little bit. So I'm going to keep that one. This is the Canon Cosmetics Floor Shimmers highlighter in Adorn Gold. And this highlighter is like, at first I thought it was more on the pinky side, but when you mix it, it's like a pink gold, like an iridescent to it. So I'm going to keep this one because I did get it for $5 because I used a gift card that they sent me. This is the Mary Luminizer from The Balm, and of course I'm going to keep this one. It's like a really nice gold highlight, and I got it from HauteLook. HauteLook always sells The Balm, so if you're wondering or wanting to get this highlighter in an affordable price, definitely wait until HauteLook comes out with those. Now this one I'm definitely going to keep. This is a MAC Oh Darling highlight. I'm going to keep this one because I really do like this one, alongside with the Extra Dimension by MAC, and this one is in the shade Double Gleam, and I'm going to keep this one. I've been using this for like the whole entire winter because it's so pretty. It's a little dirty because there's a little bit of eyeliner in there, which that's disgusting, but I'm going to wipe that off. I use this all the time when I was working at Lord & Taylor's. And this is such a nice sheen to the face. It's subtle, it's not too beaming, and you can intensify it if you wanted to and make it look like that really strong beaming highlight look. But I mean, I like it for like two different purposes, like for natural and glam as well. So I'm going to keep that. And this was like my go-to MAC Soft and Gentle. So I'm definitely going to keep this one. I'm going to keep all my MAC ones because I really do love those. This is the J-Cat You Glow Girl highlighter, and I got this from Fashion Nova for $8.99, and this is in the shade White God. I think that's what it's, I think that's the shade of it. But it's their Bake highlighter, and I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't reach for this. This is like an iridescent of like a gold to a white, but I don't reach for this, so I'm going to give this away. And it's not a bad highlighter, I just don't reach for it. This is the Jeffree Star highlighter in Ice Gold, and this is a hit and miss, and besides the whole controversy with Jeffree Star, I do like this, but you have to really use it in a certain way because it does have a ton kickback, and that's my biggest problem when it comes to highlighters. I don't like that, and it comes off a bit chalky, but I did pay a lot of money for this, so I'm going to keep it, and I do like the shade, so I'm going to keep that. And these two highlighters I'm definitely going to keep. These are the Anastasia illuminators. This is in So Hollywood. I barely use this one because I'm not gonna lie, I forgot about it, but I'm going to keep this one. This is like more on the gold shade, and then this one is my favorite, and this is the Starlight. This was like my go-to as well. You can see I really did use a lot of it. So that's all that's here that was in this little plastic tray. So I mean, I did kind of do some progress on that section, but I mean, these are really good highlighters, you know, and highlighters are really hard to get rid of. So I'm gonna move on to the next one. I'm not gonna sit here and put all them away. So I'm gonna move on to this section. These two Laura Geller highlighters, I'm going to keep them because not only that I purchased them recently, but they're so good. You just need to use it in a certain way with a certain brush, because the formula is a different formula from any highlighters on the gel side. So I'm going to keep those. Also, I'm going to keep this ColourPop Crystal Liquid Highlighter in Amethyst. I did use this a couple of times, and I really do like how this looks. It's like an iridescent purpley pink white shimmer highlight, and it blends nicely into the skin. This is the Tarte Amazonia Clay Highlighted in Exposed Highlight, and I didn't reach for this as much, but you know what, like, I might as well. And this is how it looks. I'm going to keep that one. And then this is like one of the samples that I got like from Sephora. This is the Becca highlighter in Opal, and I'm going to show you how it looks. I did use this a couple of times, and I really do like it. And also this one is in the shade Moonstone, and these are really good. If you don't want to pay for the full price of it, they come in like those little bundles, like the liquid highlight alongside with this. So this is in Moonstone. I really do like this a lot, so I'm going to keep that. This is the Catrice Cosmetics highlighter, and this is in the shade Champagne Companion. I'm going to give this away because I don't reach for it, and it doesn't show up on my skin as much, and it's very subtle. Like, you barely can see it, but it's there. I just would not prefer to reach for a highlighter like this, so I'm going to give this away. This is the Essence eyeshadow in Cappuccino Please, and I did mention this in my full face drugstore video. So I'm going to keep this because I'm going to do a video on this and showing you guys a multi-purpose video, because you can use the eyeshadow or a highlighter as well. So I'm going to keep that. This is the Becca liquid highlighter in Moonstone, and I'm going to keep this to match it up or pair it up with the Moonstone highlighter. This is the NYX Born to Glow liquid illuminator in the shade Sunbeam, and I'm almost out of it, so I'm going to keep this one. This one I got at New York. This is the Inglot highlighter in I don't know the actual shade of it. It's inside, and I'm not gonna pull it out, but I did use this a lot back in the winter time, so I'm going to keep that. I did pay some good amount of money for that. This highlight I'm definitely going to keep. This is the City Color Highlight Trio, and this is so good. I mean, you have to get this. I don't know, like, people just don't talk about it, but this highlighter is amazing. And some of my other videos, I'm going to list them in the card up here. I did use this highlighter, and it's so pretty on the skin. So that's that. I should take this out because I do want to show you guys the progress afterwards. I mean, I didn't do any progress, only just one highlighter that I got rid of. But yeah, so that's that. Okay, so I'm gonna go with the Essence Pure Nude highlighter. So this one is in Be My Highlights, and this is not a bad highlighter, but I'm going to give this one away because it's subtle, and I mean, it would be nice to have a subtle highlight, but I don't reach for this like I used to, so I'm going to give this one away. This is a Josie Maran Argan Illuminating Powder, and the problem with this one is that it does come off very chunky, and it's not like your typical highlight. So you see like the little chunks right there, how easy it is for you to get into that powder and kind of dig in there, and it just becomes very clumpy, and it does have a lot of glitter. But I do want to keep this for my Instagram looks, so I might keep that, and also I want to use that on my body too. This is the Ofra You Glow Girl highlight, and this is the Duke That collaboration. I don't reach for this, and I don't like how this looks on me. I thought I could make it work, but it just doesn't work on me, so I'm going to give that away. And this is the Hard Candy Tiki bronzer, and I don't reach for this anymore. I used to use it back in the day, but I don't anymore, so I'm going to give that away as well. These are the Wet n Wild highlighters, and I just got these two recently. This one is in the shade Golden Flower, and this one is Blossom Glow, and I'm going to keep those alongside with this highlighter by Wet n Wild. This is Precious Petal. I really do love those, so I'm going to keep those. This is the Makeup Revolution Shimmer Brick Radiant, and I don't reach for this as I used to. Honestly, I used it like twice, so I'm going to give this away. I'm not going to keep it and then, you know, take up so much room as it is, as you see. This is the Makeup Revolution Vivid Baked Highlighter, and I just don't reach for this as well, so I'm going to give this away. And I'm going to give this one away as well because this is also like the J Cat highlighter, so I don't like shades like this where it has like some gold and other shade reflex iridescent in there, so I'm going to give this one away. This is the Wet n Wild Virgie highlighter, and this is in the shade Rose Champagne, and I don't reach for this anymore, and this was like bomb back in the day, but I just don't go for this anymore, so I'm going to give this one away as well. I'm making some progress, guys. So this is the City Color Glowing Complexion Illuminating Cream. I did talk about this in my highlighter collection, and I just don't like this, so bye-bye. This is the NYX Born to Glow Liquid Illuminator in the shade Gleam. This is a little too dark for me, so this is going to someone else's hands. This one is the Wet n Wild Mega Glow Makeup Stick Highlighter, and this is in the shade When the Nude Strikes, and this one I'm going to definitely keep because I like this shade and I love how it looks on the skin. It looks very natural and glowy, so that's going to stay with me. This one I'm definitely going to get rid of. This is a City Color Highlighting Stick, and I don't use this at all, so this is going on out of here. This is the Becca Shimmery Skin Perfector cream, and this is in the shade Moonstone. So I'm almost done with this, so I'm going to finish this up and then use the other one. So that's going to stay. And this is it. I gotta clean this too. Like after a while, when you use a lot of highlighters, they just tend to break in there. And now I'm going to move on to this one. This is more on the smaller highlighters. So the ColourPop ones, I'm going to lay them out here so you guys can see each one. This one's all beat up, but it's so good. And now I'm going to talk about this Milani eyeshadow, and this is in the shade Pearl. I thought I could use this as a highlighter back in the day, and it's subtle, but I just don't go for this anymore, so I'm going to give this one away. This is the Wet n Wild Mega Cushion highlighter, and this is in the shade Who's That Pearl. I'm going to keep this because I love how this looks, so I need to use this more often. Now that I remember I have this, I need to use this in my future videos. The Artist Couture and Cocoa Bling, I'm going to keep this because I don't reach for it, but I do need to use this because it's such a beautiful shade. And I do have a whole video on this. I'll link it up here for you to guys see. It's really good. This one I do love. This is the e.l.f. Baked Highlighter or Baked Blush in Pinktastic, and I do use this, so I'm going to keep that. Now this is the ColourPop in collaboration with Hello Kitty. This is in the shade Yummy Cookies. I don't use this, so I'm gonna give it away. I already have enough highlighters, so I'm going to give that away. And this one as well, I'm going to give this one away. This is the same kind of shade as like the gold with like the iridescent gold and another shade, I don't know, but this is in School is Fun. I'm going to give that one away. And this one, it's so pretty. It has like this purpley white iridescent, and I think this will look amazing with the Amethyst liquid highlighter by ColourPop, and this is Over the Moon. I'm definitely going to keep that. And I'm putting everything over here so you guys can see at the end. This one is on like a bronzy gold, and it's called Wisp. I'm going to give this away because it's a bit too dark for my skin tone. This one is my favorite. It's Flexitarian. Oh my god, this is so good. I even have a backup, but this broke on me while I was filming my highlighter collection. Color payoff is amazingly strong. It's so pigmented. I'm going to keep that. And this one is Lunch Money, and I'm going to give this one away as well because it's too subtle for me, and I don't go for this anymore. So that's that. And now on to the big boy ones. Well, I'm gonna finish off with these. This is the what is this? The Estee Lauder Bronze Goddess highlighter in Heat Wave, and I just showed this in my first impressions video. This is amazingly beautiful. I'm going to keep this one. And also this is the Jeffree Star in collaboration with Manny and Eclipse. I don't reach for this, but I'm going to keep the rest of the highlighters alongside with this one. This is in Crystal Ball, so I'm going to keep those. I'm going to finish them off as best as I can, but I'm not going to purchase from Jeffree Star anymore. And I'm not going to go into why, so I'm pretty sure you have an idea why, but I'm not going to purchase from him anymore. These are the Dose of Color highlighters in Fuego and Mírame. Of course, I'm going to keep these, of course. Like, I'm not giving that away. And this one is the Smashbox highlighter in collaboration with Casey Holmes, and this is the Spotlight palette in Pearl. I've been using this all winter long, and when I was staying in New York, this was like my go-to highlight. And Casey Holmes is such a beautiful person. She's like so beautiful and so amazing, and I really do like this highlight trio. This is the ColourPop face palette in Gimme More. Of course, I'm going to keep this one because this is such an amazing kind of palette where they have all different types of shades to choose from, so I'm going to keep that. And also I'm going to keep all of my Anastasias. I'm not going to go into them, but I'm going to keep these 3 right here. I'm keeping that because they're just so good. And I'm going to keep all of these BH Cosmetics highlighters. They're amazing. I talked about them. I use them a lot. Definitely going to keep these. And then I have my own little blush slash highlighter thing going on, where I just put them in the Inglot palette. So I'm going to keep that because I did create that. This is the Becca Cosmetics in collaboration with Jaclyn Hill. This is when she came out with her Champagne Pop collection, and I'm going to keep this. And then there's the City Color Timeless Beauty Palette. I was going to do a whole video on this, but I just can't make it work for my skin. So I'm going to give this away because these highlighters don't suit me. They're just too dark for my skin, so I'm going to give those away. And that's it. I'm going to show you guys what I kept and what I'm going to give away. This is what I'm going to give away to family and friends, and I made some progress, so they no longer need to be with the other highlighters, and I'm definitely going to put them in the bag that I showed you guys. So this is the bag where all the goodies is at. This is all that I'm keeping, and I feel like I did some progress because now I can have room for future highlighters that I do like and that I'm going to be purchasing. Thank you so much guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next one.